Hello and welcome, or welcome back. I am the Ugly Duckling1111. This is part 2 of people pleasing. This video is for those of us who have tried to state and own our opinions. To know that we have one and try over and over and over to state them, to have them accepted. But no matter how hard you try, no one in your reality will ever accept your thoughts, your wants, your needs, your opinions, suggestions, perceptions, and perspectives. And you resort to people pleasing because you've tried everything else. And nothing you have tried has gotten them to accept you. So why try anymore? It's almost at a point of giving up on yourself because you've been at this for so long. You have tried your hardest. You've been alone and you have been alienated from society because nothing you say is good enough. This video is for you. It's very different from people pleasing because you don't want to make waves. This is for the people who start off believing that they are worthy of an opinion, just like everybody else. This is an equal playing ground. Why shouldn't we have an opinion? And it's been rejected so many times, it's deflated you. It's caused you to stop wanting to push your opinions because you're told so many times that you're shoving your opinions and your suggestions down people's throats. And when you trace it back, you don't see it that way. You see that you just had an opinion like everybody else, or you just had a suggestion like everybody else. But for some reason, you were attacked for yours. This video is more in the spiritual realm, in the quantum realm, in the unseen realm, for those of us who resonate with those words. If anything I say here right now does not resonate with you, or makes you go, huh, what is she talking about? Then this video is clearly not for you. This is a people-pleasing video for the light workers, the star seeds, the spiritual warriors. Maybe this is the first time you've even heard those terms, but your people-pleasing is very different from my first video. I actually tried to make a video about people-pleasing and I grouped it all together and it didn't work because they're so different that they're almost not even relatable. It still stems from self-love. So from my first video to this video, we're still looking at self-love as the solution. But for light workers and star seeds or spiritual warriors or whatever term that you prefer in the same kind of realm, it is not similar because we've had very different experiences from the average person. In the spiritual communities, we use the term light and dark. Darkness can easily be misinterpreted as evil, and that's just not the case. Darkness is simply the absence of light, until you arrive, that is. A light worker or a star seed are fairly new terms that you can explore all over the internet. But the concept is nothing new. There's this spiritual warfare that's been going on for who knows. All I know is that this has been my reality. Those of us who have been born into families who seem to just disagree with every opinion, every thought, every suggestion, everything that you are. No matter what you do or how you do it, no matter what you say or how you say it, they just disagree with you. For the sake of disagreeing, they don't even really know why they're disagreeing with you. All they know is they don't want to agree with you. They will send you on a wild goose chase, looking for evidence for their reasons of disagreeing with you, creating a labyrinth of confusion within you, making you question your every thought, your every emotion. Everything in your reality seems to have one goal: and that is to make you small, to shrink that light in you. And that is exactly what they are doing. You were born in spiritual darkness, not evil. These people are not evil. They are simply born in the dark, and they know nothing except the dark. Everything in their lives is heavy, dense energy. All they want to do is talk about the negative aspects of their life, all the horrible things that are going wrong. This is the darkness. It's heavy, it's dense, suffocating. This is all they know. And when you come in with your light and you try to make things lighter and you try to lift the spirits a little bit, you try to bring up conversations that aren't so heavy. You try to look at the brighter side of life. That's the light in you, and it makes them very uncomfortable. They don't want to see that light. They don't want to be near that light. They don't want anything to do with that light. And so they will do everything in their power to shrink it. And they can do a damn good job when you are surrounded. But that's where this term spiritual warrior comes in. You were placed here because you are strong enough. You wouldn't be here in this dense, heavy energy if you weren't strong enough to hold your light in it. You are a light placed in the dark, and your job is to be that light. So that means when you want to see a rom-com, you go see that damn rom-com. And you do it smiling, and you do it proudly. And they will hate you for it. And they will attack you for it. And they will do everything to snuff that light out. And your job is to happily go see that rom-com. That's it. That's the purpose here. It's simple, not easy. For light workers, this doesn't just happen with one or two people. This happens in groups of people. When you go to school, when you go to work, anywhere there's a group or gathering, you feel attacked. You feel rejected by the masses. And you literally begin people-pleasing to stop the attacks. That's very different from people-pleasing because you don't want to make somebody feel bad, or because you're not really sure about what you want or what you need, like in my first video. This is because you are constantly attacked for what you want and what you need. Your only self-defense is to people please. That's all you know how to do at this point. It's survival. And there is no shame and no guilt in that. You do what you have to do to survive. Self-love is your key to freedom. Self-love will make your light shine so bright and so strong that no one and nothing can snuff it. But that won't stop them from trying. Like I said, where you were born was in the dark. So anytime you shine light and bright, it's going to make the people around you uncomfortable. Oh, and if you're an empath, you can feel the energy behind everything that the people in your life are feeling. If you're, say, at work, and there's a group of girls, speaking from experience, and they're all going to go out to lunch, and you're sitting there in the same room as them, and they don't include you because they have their little group of 3, and you're an outsider. If you're an empath, you can feel all the energy that each one of them is feeling individually towards you, and then all at once by them, threefold. It hurts so much. You feel every feeling. You can't help but start to believe it's true. Okay. I had to gather myself there for a second, but you can feel every single one. And it does hurt so much. And you can't help but start to believe how they feel about you because it's everywhere. It must be true. You have yet to experience anything different. So, how are you supposed to believe that you're not those things? You're surrounded by dark. You have no other option, really, than to believe that you're dark too. Then we have a spiritual awakening, and it literally saves our life. Because without that spiritual awakening, I believed I was dark too. So I understand if you don't believe that you're the light, or if you don't believe that you're worthy of anything, and you're listening to me saying, now how the hell am I supposed to feel or believe that suddenly I'm worthy, that suddenly I'm light, when there's no one in my life telling me that I am, or who believes in me, or who would really, really, truly like to see me succeed? The fact that you're watching this right now proves that that is your purpose. To find the strength within yourself, to find the worth within you, it takes a warrior. It takes strength. And you're not alone. You have an army of light beside you, and no one ever tells you that. They want you to believe that you don't. All you have to do is believe it's there. All you have to do is believe that when you ask for help, help will come. When you feel that hopeless, stop whatever you're doing. Go to the bathroom. Look in the mirror. Look at yourself in the eyes and say, I am worthy of having an opinion. I am worthy of existing. I am worthy of smiling. I am worthy of feeling good. I allow myself. I appreciate myself. I respect myself. Something positive, something you can believe. The smallest step, the smallest light will go a long way if you take the time to let it in. So at this point, when you discover all of this, you have to get strong in your core. You have to practice every day telling yourself that your opinions matter. You are worthy. You are allowed. Actually, it's your job to be happy, to shine, be bright. That's why you're here. That's why you're in the darkness. That's why you're the only light for miles and miles and miles. Because your job is to hold that light. Your job is to go see the damn rom-com happily and proudly. No matter how much it pisses off the people around you, to see you happy. That is the last thing they want to see, trust me. That is the last thing they want for you. It makes them uncomfortable, it makes them angry to see you shine. They don't know the light. Their bloodline doesn't know the light. It doesn't remember it. You came in to show them the light. You came in to share it. Sharing doesn't mean forcing it down people's throats, forcing them to believe in something that they can't believe in. Your job is not to forcefully shine your light on them. But when they invite you into their space, family gatherings, holidays, traditional things, when they invite you into their space, they're inviting the light. And you have to do your job and shine bright. And when they try to snuff you out for it, make it stronger. Make it firm, protect it. How do you protect it? You shine bright. You stay happy. You do everything in your mental power, your emotional power, and your physical power to keep yourself happy, proud, and worthy. Shame will be your light snuffer. The more shame and guilt and fear you feel, the more they're succeeding at snuffing out your light. Like citronella for mosquitoes, you repel them. So when you go into a gathering in the darkness, you're going to repel all of those people that get uncomfortable with that feeling, with love and light and tenderness. I know it sounds bizarre to someone like us who would thrive in that, where people encourage each other and are happy to see someone succeed who reciprocate. That's the kind of environment we thrive in. We want to share. We're the sharing kind of people. We want to share our happiness and our love. But you can't share with people who don't like it and who don't want it. So you're people pleasing people who don't want to be pleased. We try to please the people around us to make them happy because all we want is to see them happy. But it doesn't work. And we get to this point where we think we're crazy. We start to believe we're crazy. The more that we believe in the things that they believe in, the less light we have. The less light we have, the more comfortable they feel around us. When we start to match their frequency, their vibration, their darkness, of course, they feel more comfortable and at ease around you. Your job is not to put them at ease. Your job is to hold the light, making them uncomfortable if you have to, but you're not trying to. You're just holding the light like you're supposed to. They may dim your light so much. Maybe when you found this video, you feel like there's no spark left in you, but there is. And the key to finding and igniting that little spark, that little ember, and turning it into a huge giant flame is pleasure. Self-pleasure. I know, such a dirty word, pleasure. No one likes to hear that word because your brain is only going to one place. Pleasure, self-pleasure means pleasing you. Not people pleasing, self-pleasing. Well, if you want to go see that rom-com, who do you got to please? You. You're the only person that needs to be pleased because you're the only person who needs to hold that light and light that ember and grow that fire within. Making everyone around you uncomfortable, yes, maybe, probably. But that's because it's your job and you need to own it. Accept it and understand that it's because you're the only one strong enough to do it. When you come to that realization, when you find the strength in yourself to self-please, regardless of all the chatter and the looks and the negative energy being blasted at you for that, when you manage to stay strong and root yourself in to this knowing that your job is to be happy, then you transform and you can change that reality. When you acknowledge and accept that you are not a victim of these circumstances, but you're actually really powerful, a warrior, someone with a very rare strength that empowers you and grows your light so big and so strong, and it creates almost like a force field of protection around you. And when you hold that light long enough, others can see it. Other lights can see it. Other embers can see it. We have the internet now and we're able to communicate with each other. Before, we were just alone, trying so hard to hold the light and being attacked from all ends. But now we have the ability to shine our light all over the world thanks to the internet. That takes strength, like what I'm doing right now. I was not able to do this a week ago, a month ago. I have been working on self-love and self-pleasure for a long time. And I am now starting to feel that strength within me. And to know that I am protected as long as I hold this light. They can't get in. They can't even come close to me. They try, but when you get to a place where you know everything they say is wrong, when your belief is so solid and so strong, they can't shake it. They can call you selfish, and you can look right back at them and say, I see it as self-loving. And when they tell you what, you don't care about what's going on in the world, you don't care about the people dying and suffering, you can look back at them and say, I do care. I care so much that I'm choosing to do everything in my power to hold the light for them. To be that example of someone who can find joy and happiness even in this suffering world. Someone who can find joy, creativity, balance in a world of suffering is a very powerful person. I choose to show them that there is a way out, and that is a grand purpose to have. So be the light worker, and choose to please yourself, because that is your key to freedom. When you make that conscious choice and you consciously make efforts and take action to making yourself happy. I know that sounds so bizarre. Making myself happy? Yeah. No shame, no guilt. That's your job, to make yourself happy. Go do it. Take this as your permission slip. Go make yourself happy. When you do that, you will literally change the world. So to end this video, I'm going to pull from this Rumi Oracle and see what Rumi has to say. Now, I've found these cards to be incredibly healing. When you don't have anyone in your life to encourage you and to help build that light inside of you, you have to find something that does that. It doesn't have to be a person. For me, that's been tarot. I've been able to find pieces of myself through messages in these cards that remind me who I am. So find something that helps you remember who you are, the warmth in your heart and in your smile. So you could build that and then share it with the people who need it. Because there are others in this dark who will change and who want change, but they don't know where to go. They don't know who to turn to. They, like you, have no one else in their lives. But if you're that light and they can see it, you can help them. So I'm going to shuffle and see what message comes out for us. The human gift. So I'm going to read out of the guidebook just a little message from it. The human gift. O heart, what is your excuse for all these blunders? Such loyalty is offered by the beloved, yet so much treason comes from you. Such kindness is offered by the beloved, yet so much defiance and resistance comes from you. Such grace is offered by the beloved, yet so much fault and failure comes from you. Such attraction is offered by the beloved, with sweetness and generosity, yet such jealousy comes from you. With so much doubt and suspicion. Rumi. Do you bemoan your lack of faith? Do you berate yourself, blazing angel? Because you have moments where you cannot bring yourself to trust and love more than you trust in your fear. Do you lament and worry that you could or should be living in greater surrender? And yet, when is light more precious than when it arises from darkness? When is trust more admirable than when it involves an uncertain yet bold leap of faith? O human angel, your path is perfection in the divine sense, not in some artificial absence of struggle, but in the wrestling of darkness and light that ignites the fire within your holy heart. So rise up now from your doubts and admonishments, and let your human self be loved. Even for all the doubt, you are still a cherished one of the great beloved and always shall be. And that is why tarot has helped me so much. So, hold the light, light worker. You have to be the one to do this, because no one else around you will or can. They don't know how to. Everything that you are willing to give to them, to please them, just turn it around. Turn it back on you. Do all that same stuff, but for you. Peace and love.